And how good does it feel to beat the Packers?
It feels good. I mean, of course, I wish I could have been out there to finish the game and embrace and feel that on the field. But I mean, just seeing the kick go in the locker room was definitely a heck of a feeling. We had to, yeah, brought the DJ booth out and everything was setting up, and then they had kicked the field goal. We was like, man, dang. And then we kind of just let it play out, and then we ended up winning. So we kept the speakers out, and we just started the music early. But it felt good overall. I mean, of course, it's been a long time coming, but our last win has been a long time as well. So just getting that win to end the season definitely feels good, and even with it being Green Bay.
Yeah, it was really fun and satisfying for us and a lot of fans. So I think people are glad that you got to take some joy from it. And hopefully that's a good thing. Were you happy for Thomas Brown? Seemed like it was a big deal for him. And what do you think about the job that he did taking over and having to coach out the season the way that he has?
Yeah, no, definitely very happy for him. Again, that's his first win as a head coach, and it's funny just talking to him, just reflecting how the year went. It's easy to look at him and the season and just, oh, well, he's not ready to be a head coach, but it's like nobody would ever expect to come in as a passing game coordinator to the OC to the head coach in a matter of, I almost want to say, a week. I mean, not a week, a month. And it's just like all of that transition is hard to just go out here and just lead a team. And I think he did it really well. I think the speeches that he gave, the talks that he did, the holding us accountable, the pointing mistakes out, and things like that, I think was really, really big for us as a unit, but just for me and as an individual to see how he carries himself as a man. Because I mean, really, when you go from all those jumps so quickly, the only thing that reflects is just who you are on the inside. And I think he carried himself well. He took pride in it. I mean, everybody laughing was kind of in awe about the weight that he lost, but it's because he gave a damn and he was not eating because he was trying to do things the right way and get things right, try to fix things. But I think for me, just overall, a lot of respect for him in the way that he's battled for us as a team. It's been rough, but he continued to continue to show up the right way. So I mean, I got a lot of love and respect for him. Didn't know him really too much in the beginning of the year, but as time went on and he got elevated, my respect and appreciation for him definitely increased.
That's really cool to hear. And it's been fascinating to listen to him and to listen to Caleb Williams talk about their relationship and their dynamic. Like Thomas Brown flat out said that quarterbacks get babied too much in the NFL. He said
No
it,
doubt.
and no doubt, right? And seems like that is a dynamic that got corrected. And it seems like a good sign for us, for Bears fans, that Caleb wants to be coached hard. Like, do you think you think that dynamic has been corrected a little bit and will benefit Caleb?
Honestly, I don't know too much about what they got going on. The only thing I've heard is what they said to the team, and of course, they have their moments of getting into it and things like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I know Caleb's a competitor. I know he wants to win, so I'm pretty sure if that comes with hard coaching, I'm more than confident that he'll take it and flourish in it, and ultimately make him a better football player.
So you think quarterbacks do get babied too much in this league?
Yeah, I would say so. But I mean, it's for good reason, but there's also negative because you need them the most, or you need them to be the toughest. You need them to be held accountable the most. I mean, again, that's why they get paid more than any other position. So I think it's kind of what goes with it because honestly, a franchise is on the quarterback's back. So I mean, just with something like that, there's no way you can be prepared softly. It has to be a certain level of intensity with to me with that quarterback position because so much comes with it. Even the media and everything, just you have to be wired a different type of way, I feel like, to be a successful quarterback in this league.
Jaylon, in the moment, how do you decide whether you're going to go for the tackle or go for the punch?
Honestly, it's just a split second decision, kind of just a bit depending on for one, your body position, where you're at on a guy, to where the ball's at, if the ball's closest to you. Because I mean, to me, I only punch if the ball's close to me. I don't punch try to get to the other side of the ball. But for me, it's just honestly a split second decision, just kind of being cognizant of the ball, the situation, and honestly, sometimes you go for it, sometimes you don't. But I know for me personally, sometimes it's just an instinct.
Is a beautiful play. Like when that ball came out. Like the defensive backs yesterday, you guys came up with a lot of big plays. Tyreek had a bunch of big plays. Bayer with that, like that's a coaching film tackle that Bayer put on Malik Willis.
Yeah.
And then you have the coaching film peanut punch right there. Like that's balling out for the DBs yesterday.
Yeah, no, we definitely made some plays. I know just for us, we wanted to, again, just try to go out with a bang, enjoy the last game on the same field together for this year. But, I mean, again, for us, that was just us being who we are. And there were some plays that we left out there that we could want back. But, I mean, at the end of the day, that's the life of a DB. You make some plays and you give up some plays. So just for us, just continue to battle through whatever it is, just continue to figure out ways to make plays and impact the game. And I think we did that.
So it was kind of beautiful to see you flash the bird to the fans in Green Bay. It's like you got a lot of listeners who would probably put together a GoFundMe to pay that fine. If there's a fine, we got your back, Jaylon.
No doubt.
Yeah,
I'll be sure to take you
Yeah,
up
send
on
it
that.
to Matt Spiegel. Yeah, he's got all the money, Jaylon. Send it his way since he offered.
Well, actually, Jalen's got all the money, but you know.
Yeah, but you offered to pay his fine.
just
So
saying.
I was about to say we can start a GoFundMe.
Actually, somebody tweeted out a picture of you doing that, along with our guy Olin Kreutz, the former Bear, who's our Bears analyst, also flipping off the Green Bay fans years ago. So it's I mean, what happened there? Can you please tell the listeners what happened and why it got to that point, sir?
Clearly I was injured walking back to the locker room. And of course just Packer fans just talking trash on the way out. Some of it was a little past the line for myself, and I reacted that way. But I mean, again, I wouldn't just do that again. That's not something I'm just proud of. Like, hey, look at me, I did this type of thing. It's definitely not that. Just frustration with being hurt, wanting to finish the game. We were in a tight game, wanting to finish it out the right way. Of course, the last one. So I mean, just frustration with that, and then them talking trash on the way out. It's like it's not like I got ejected from the game for punching a player. It's like something like that. Okay, I can take, but it's like an injured player. I don't feel like that's right for fans to trash talk and be disrespectful on the way out. But again, that was something that was just a reaction in my mind, not really conscious of what happened. That's why it kind of happened so quick. It was just like, ooh, I probably shouldn't have did that. But again, it was something that I got to be better on, but it was definitely a in a moment type of thing.
I heard you talking about that in the locker room, and I was sitting at home yesterday watching the game, and I'm like, I literally texted the group chat that, Jaylon's a really good NFL citizen, because if you juxtapose that moment where the fans are yelling at you while you're hurt, you were the first person to tell the Packers sideline to come check on Christian Watson. And, it's sad that he now has an ACL injury, but like when you
That's what it is?
Yeah, when you put those two things together, like it really sucks too, because here you are looking out for a player on the other team that you're going head up against, and there were the fans like not paying the same respect to you as you were dealing with an injury.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I don't hold myself to the same standard as Packers fans. At the end of the day, I serve somebody completely bigger than any Packer fan. So, I mean, even in that moment, I got out on the knee and was praying for him in the moment.
I
with
know.
Christian Watson. So, I mean, again, like I said, I hold myself to a higher standard. I shouldn't have flashed him the bird. Maybe I should have flashed him a heart and let him know how much I love him. But just overall, I definitely know myself. I know how much I care and have respect for the guys that play this game. No matter rivalry or no rivalry, at the end of the day, me seeing how it happened, of course, covering him, I had a feeling it wasn't good. So, I mean, for me, I just said a quick prayer that God is with him, give him peace and healing through whatever it is that he may go through. So, I mean, having that news now, it's hopefully he has the right mindset and gets back healthy as soon as possible. Because, I mean, nobody wants to go through that, no matter what team you're on, no matter what side of the rivalry you're on. At the end of the day, we still play this game that we love, and to go down like that is unfortunate for sure.
Yeah, Lawrence texted in the group thread as we're watching the game that Jalen's a good NFL citizen because it's a brotherhood, and it's like, and Christian Watson's a good player who's been through a lot with his hamstrings, and
No doubt.
that was a bummer to see. We're with Jaylon Johnson here on 670 The Score. It's a Spiegel and Holmes show. I found myself thinking back on the conversation we had, Jaylon, a few weeks back about different effort levels among coworkers, and how we can't force people to rise to our level of effort. And that was a beautiful and real conversation, I thought. And I wonder if the right coach can raise that standard, if the right coach can get everybody to the same spot and valuing the same thing. Can it happen? Have you seen it happen? Do you have faith that it can happen here?
That's the question I can't answer. I definitely not gonna say it's not possible. Anything is possible with the power of God. I feel like if you bring the right guy in, somebody can transform somebody's thought process and way they see themselves and their confidence within themselves. But it's definitely not an easy task. It definitely takes the right person with the right timing and the right execution to change somebody's will and want to and confidence and belief in themselves. Because I feel like that's where it starts. I feel like if you truly believe in yourself the right way and you have confidence in yourself the right way and you want to get better, you want to grow, you're going to seek out that work. You're going to seek out being better. You're going to seek out doing whatever you need to do, whether it's in the weight room doing extra work with the strength staff, whether it's out on the field doing extra drills, whether it's with your coach getting extra film or with another player getting extra film, whatever it is. I feel like if there's a certain level of dedication to yourself and to your craft, I feel like there's plenty of opportunity to get it done. There's plenty of opportunity for growth. And I don't think personally that you can just transform a whole team. Maybe you can transform a few individuals and spark something in them. But I think just as far as for like our team, I try to instill like you got to truly believe in yourself and look at yourself a certain way. Because I mean, even when I was a rookie, I wasn't having Pro Bowl performances and Ball Pro performances and things like that. Within my first year, 2 years, just things like that, just taking the right steps. But I think too, mentally for me, I see myself like that and I believed in myself a certain way to where no, I'm gonna work, and when I get there, it's not gonna be a surprise because I've always seen myself in that light. I was just waiting to get there. And I feel like a lot of guys have that potential. And I know one guy in particular, Austin Booker. I had told him one time, I think early in the season, is like you're gonna be as good as you want to be. Like if you want to be an all pro guy, you can be an all pro guy. You have the intangibles, you have all the things that you need, God blessed you with to be that guy. You just got to commit to yourself. And he's just one small example of somebody that can really take off because he's shown plenty of flashes to where it's like, dang, who is this kid? And he's young. He's only a rookie. He got plenty of things to, of course, get better on the workout. But he's one of those guys to where if he commits to himself, he can be really good. And I feel like we have plenty of guys on our team that need to just commit to themselves to where it's like, no, I may not be where I want to be, but I see myself as this caliber player to where now you start applying yourself in that certain way, in that certain light. And by default, you'll get there if God willing you stay healthy and things like that. But it starts with commitment to yourself.
When you told Austin that, how did he react?
He just said, yeah, I got you. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good because, not everyone is really good at taking criticism, but it's good to know that he.
Nah, I wasn't even criticism. I was encouragement.
But it's
speaking.
I didn't mean that as the pejorative. I mean, like, hey, someone's trying to work with you and make you better and looking at the outside and saying, here's the things that you can do and know that you're really good. Some people be like, oh, I got this. I got it. But it seems like he was like, okay, he took it in the way that it was meant to be received.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. That's one thing about him that I've observed is he wants to be good, and he pays attention. He looks at the right things, the right people. So, I mean, I'm confident that he'll get there. And again, it'll mean more to him for him to get there than it would be for me. Of course, he's a piece that we will need in the future. But again, we all play this game for our own selves first and our family and things like that. So, I mean, I feel like it'll be a blessing for him and his family if he can really commit himself the right way, and God willing, he gets everything that he can have.
I wonder, it was a great answer. Really appreciate the conversation, as always, with Jaylon Johnson. I wonder if a new coach comes in and decides to do things a different way, what if it went from 8 captains to 3, or what if it went from 8 captains to no official captains and he names them every week? Like, I wonder if that would be an adjustment for some guys, and if that's a correct adjustment on some level.
What does that have to do with anything? I mean, I don't see how that has anything to do with our team.
I guess I'm wondering if there were too many captains this year, Jaylon. I mean, I've made that comment, like, and maybe my head's out over my skis. So let me just ask it that way. Do you think there were too many captains this year?
Nah, I feel like we were good. We had four on each side of the ball. So I mean, I don't feel like it was too many. I feel like we had the right guys. I don't think there was anybody that shouldn't have been a captain that was named a captain. I feel like we had the right guys leading our team.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because the way you talk about leading and the way you talk about doing it is compelling. And I don't know if everybody shares the same way and the same kind of thing. And I find myself wanting to take captains more seriously and kind of understand a coach's thought process.
So who do you feel like shouldn't have been on there?
Good question.
It's a good question. It's a good question back at me.
But I mean, if you asking me the question, I mean, it's only right for me because I mean, again, it's like you had me, Kevin Byard, Tremaine, TJ on defense, and then you had Mercedes Lewis, Cole, I think who was it, DJ and Caleb.
Yeah. All right.
So I mean,
I'll give you an answer. You deserve an answer. And I don't know about DJ. Honestly, I feel like it's been a rough year. Seeing some things, and I don't know that he's ever been on, good teams necessarily, and that's not all on an individual. But that's if you ask me a question and you deserve an answer, that would be my answer. But I don't know.
And it's based on performance, or what is it based off of?
It's based on what I perceive as attitude, and at times that he left the field before the play was over, stuff like that.
I mean, we voted for captains way before that. So I mean, at what point would he have not been voted a captain? I mean, that was stuff during the season. You don't get your captain patch taken away for doing certain things.
I mean, you did, Jaylon. They took yours away.
That was an accident, Lawrence.
Yeah, but I mean, even for me, okay, if my lash out, people could, he's not a captain, he did this and was yelling and all this, people could have looked at it in a certain way, like he doesn't deserve to be a captain. So, I mean, I feel like there's plenty of things that you can say about each and every player that, maybe they're not who they, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, that's your opinion. I can't dispute your opinion. Everybody has a right to their opinion. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, he was voted before any of those things happened. But at the end of the day, he's still a key piece for us. He still is a leader for us in our building. And there's plenty of things that go unseen that is definitely appreciated and needed. And that's just what it is. So, I mean, everything that he does isn't seen. It's just some of the bad things that are highlighted. And that's been really the tail of the tape for us this year is the bad news bear. So everything that happens that's bad gets put out there.
I think the better radio is if you'd have been like, you, Jaylon. You.
Oh, if I said
that would have been the play. Like that would have been the move right there, and then we could have just had like hostile radio to end our season with Jaylon.
I think that was pretty. It was
pretty good.
It's pretty hostile.
I'm just saying that you could have. You really could have spiked the football. You've been like, I've been dying to tell you this for 18 weeks, Jaylon.
Laughed it off. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hell no, it wasn't you, man. You bust your ass. Look, you bust your ass every time, and we don't know some of the stuff. But look, I'll say it flat out. We're up here spouting on what we know, what we hear, what we see, but we're not in there with you. We're not in there with you. I know that I want a really strong, disciplined, solid leader as a head coach because enough of you players have said that you need it and said that you want it. DeMarcus Walker said, hell, if Mike Vrabel came in here, a lot of this BS would stop. It's like, whoa, damn, that's strong. So it seems like this team needs a strong leader.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every team does, and every team is different. So, I mean, strong leaders look different in different environments. So I think with a situation like this, it just really, I mean, can't even say like this because things are changing, things are evolving. I don't know what it looks like, what the right combination is. But definitely need that leadership for guys to fall under. Because I think for me, it always starts with a man at the top. And I feel like in each household, and I feel like I look at our team as the house, like we need a man of the house to step up and to guide us, to lead us. Of course, everybody's responsible for their own roles that they play in the house. But I think for me, being a man of my house, there's certain standards that I hold myself to first, and then everything else under that gets held to the same standard. But again, it starts with the head. And again, I feel like I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, Flus wasn't the right guy" or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe it wasn't the right fit for maybe the right time or the right play or the players that we had, whatever it was. Because I mean, if you think about it, we go back 3 years when he first got the job and his principal came in. All the Bears fans were, "Yeah, this is what we need. Yeah, this is what we need." But it's like everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon to me of what they feel like we need, and then, oh yeah, we're good. This is going to be our year. I mean, to me, it's the same thing every year when somebody gets a new coach and they get hired. Yeah, this is the guy we need. He's going to change it all around. You don't really know. So I mean, again, for myself, I've been through it, seen it. So I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care who gets brought in. I'll wait to see the results. That's what I care about is the results. I mean, if it's whoever it may be, some people want to be Mike, some people want to be Ben, some people, I mean, everybody has their opinions on who they think it should be. At the end of the day, I care about results. And I think that's what everybody cares about. Talking to Kevin Warren, hearing some of his things, it's about results. It's about winning. Talking to Pose, it's about finding ways to win. And that's really all it's about. So, I mean, we'll see what it looks like. We'll see what it takes. Because, I mean, nobody has all the answers, but we'll see what's the best fit for us. And hopefully we can get that.
Jaylon, who was in your exit interview meeting and what was it like?
Everybody. I met with everybody.
Meaning Kevin Warren, Ryan Poles, and Thomas Brown?
Ryan Poles, Thomas Brown, Eric Washington, John Hope.
Great. What did you think of? I'm sure you were even more honest than you're honest with us with them. How did they receive what you had to say about this season?
It was received with open arms because I mean, at the end of the day, we're not. A lot of people aren't naive to what's gone on, what has happened, and a lot of it is tough because again, for Thomas, he was a passing game coordinator, so I mean, he's seen things from certain levels that wasn't in his jurisdiction really to try to fix or to do, and then becoming a head coach with five, whatever, how many games we had left. It's not too much to try to truly fix at that time or to really nig and nag because our schedule is our schedule, our routine is our routine. The way we do things for the most part is how we do it. With Eric Washington, he hadn't called the defense really until the last 5 games when, of course, Flus got dismissed and things like that. So, I mean, it's tough. It's not too much to really say to an individual person outside of I appreciate how everybody stepped up. But, I mean, I think more so my conversation was just some things that I've observed and things that I want to change moving forward and just add and trying to figure out ways to gain a competitive edge. I feel like that's what it's really about. And I feel like we were missing that this year consistently is finding ways to gain competitive edge, whether it's in the film, whether it's in practice on the grass, whatever it may have been. I think we just got to find different ways, different combinations of getting a competitive edge.
What are you looking forward to the most this offseason, Jaylon, with your daughter or otherwise? What are you looking forward to the most?
The most? Oh, that's a good question.
How about not talking to us? Is that up? Is that up there?
Nah.
All right, good.
That'd be giving y'all way too much power. Honestly, I don't know. I'll probably say Pro Bowl right now.
Are you gonna be healthy enough to hang out with the Pro Bowl peeps and do that?
Yeah, I'll be good.
So I was out in the streets a couple weeks ago, Jaylon, and I met your stylist.
Mm-hmm.
And we were having a nice chat about, how geared up you are. We talked about the Frank Lucas fit and everything. And then I was like, "You think you can help me?" And she was like, "Nah."
Oh,
no, that's not true. That's
not for everybody.
That's not true. She didn't say that. I just know that I can't afford the role that Jaylon's got going on. I can't afford that.
Well, in all due respect,
it don't take money to dress, brother.
That's true. And I do need the work.
Take some confidence. I mean, you just got to get out there and rock whatever you're rocking.
I need more mid-range game. My 3-point game is good.
And your chill out game.
What do you consider your 3-point game?
When I put on a suit, I know how to put on a suit.
He does. He looks good in a suit.
Okay.
I know how to put on a suit. It's the everyday stuff where I'm like, is it worth it? And that's where I slack a little bit. But no, a suit I can do.
No doubt.
Jaylon, my girlfriend wanted me to buy a pair of overalls yesterday. Where you at on overalls?
I like it. It just depends on how you wear it. I think, again, maybe you just button one side, or maybe you don't button them at all. You kind of just let them hang with a plain white shirt, depending on the color of the overalls. But I mean, you can definitely style them the right way. I feel like it depends too on your body portions and how you're put together. Overalls don't look good on everybody.
I'm
I
carved
definitely
like a
say
Greek
that.
god, dude.
Yeah.
So then you good, boss man. Don't even strap it, just let it hang.
No shirt
Pause.
underneath either. Just do that. Like that's what you got to do.
So a guy like me who's like got a little weight in the middle, you're saying the overalls might not be a great call, perhaps?
You got to button up both of them if you do wear yours. Yeah, you got to let the little belly poke out through the overall.
Jaylon, it has been an absolute delight, man,
Yeah,
to
man.
have you on every week. Continued success, continued good health, and I hope that things get better overall because we think you deserve it, man, and Bears fans deserve it. Thanks for being as open and as honest and as entertaining as you are every week.
No doubt, no doubt. Appreciate you guys.
Hey, Jaylon, thanks so much for the real talk all year. For 3 years now, man. We really,
yeah.
really
Yes, sir.
appreciate it.
You guys have a good one.
You too. That's Jaylon Johnson. He's great.
He really is.
See, you out here
What?
speaks.
I mean, I answered a question.
I'm not even talking about that.